Hi guys. So there is an allegation, and only an allegation, should not be taken as fact unless law enforcement confirms it. But there's an allegation out there that Candus is being investigated for an improper relationship with the 15-year-old H. Now, I know his mama doesn't like him being put out there on social media or talked about. I want to say this though to his mommy. You knew the caliber of person that you were sending your child out with to be supervised by, because you yourself have been on social media saying all kinds of things about Candus as a person and about her as a mom and about her lifestyle. So the fact that you were okay with your son going off for the day with just her and Summer, well, I mean, allegedly grandma was there too, but like in the beginning, they really didn't talk about that. It was just kind of Summer, H, and Candus. So you were okay with sending your child out with her for her to be his guardian, his supervisor. And that was despite all of the things that you told us about her. So now we have a situation where a potentially criminal case is happening that involves a small child. And H is one of the only people that was there that day. Maybe not at the time that she allegedly went missing, but at least there during that day. And since the timelines are fuzzy and the facts keep changing, I would say he's a crucial part of the story. It is unfortunate. He is a child, but it is what it is, and this is where we are right now. So with that said, I remember early in this case, there was some Facebook posts between Candus and H, and he was putting up a status that he was in a relationship. And I remember back then just getting sick to my stomach because Candus had been posting back and forth with him, and she had been making some very graphic, inappropriate comments to him. I can't even bring myself to repeat them. I'm sure a lot of you have seen them. Being that I have a child his age, I can't repeat it because it's gross that she was talking to this young boy this way. However, I will just tell you that it was joking about him being in a relationship with himself. And that is all I'm going to say. You can find them out there. I remember then my spidey mom senses went off and I thought, I don't like this. But a lot of people were kind of saying Candus has a very immature mindset, very immature behavior, you know, when you look at her TikToks and the kind of things that she posts, and that maybe she just is very immature and really wasn't aware of how inappropriate it was to just kind of banter back and forth with an underage boy this way. Okay, I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I also found it a little bit strange that when asked initially about her relationship or her lack of relationship with him, kind of, was there anything inappropriate? She didn't say, gross. No, like, I'm a child predator. That's gross. He's a child. What she answered was, I have a husband. I love my husband. I'm a married woman. Again, my son is that age, shy of a few months. And I will tell you that if you were to ask me about one of his friends and if there was any inappropriate thing happening between me and one of them, I wouldn't even be thinking about my husband. I wouldn't be like, oh, I love my husband. I'm a happily married woman. I would be like, what's wrong with you? No, that's a child. So again, that was something that I kind of picked up on and found a little bit odd. I don't know if you felt the same way. And then of course, you know, we have her out at the lake, you know, potentially boozing it up with him, giving him vapes, whatever, like she's hanging out with one of her friends and not an underage child. So with all of that, this is where it stands right now. Allegedly, she is being investigated for an improper relationship with H. And I will say this, if that's true, if. So everything that I'm saying is only if that's true. That would make a lot of sense as to why she, how come every time I make a video, like there's random cats that just appear out of nowhere? How she was so quiet and calm when her husband came out admitting to this improper behavior with children and the kind of excuses and answers he gave to those allegations, not even allegations, he admitted to it, so facts. You know, she was never out there defending herself, saying she didn't know about it, whatever, because everybody was just kind of like, do you think she knew about this? Well, if these allegations are true, birds of a feather, right? So tell me what you think. It has a ring of truth to it, and both in the way that she has clearly been acting with H, and as to why maybe she's not so bothered by Dawn's behavior. And I will say this, if these allegations are true, something needs to be done about it, because if a man was accused of the same thing, we would be calling for him to be burnt on the stake. So I don't care that she's a woman. I don't care that he's a male. It needs to be the same punishment, because we often don't see that. We often don't see that when we hear about these women carrying on with these underage boys. They typically do not get the same sentences or the same punishment that men get, or even the same, you know, call for justice from the general public. You know, you don't hear as many people standing up and saying, you know, this is unacceptable and we need to do something. I don't care if this boy was acting older, you know, and from some of his social media, he certainly doesn't have a halo over his head and has been involved in some more grown-up activities. But that doesn't make him a grown-up. That makes him a boy that has made poor decisions. You, my friend Candus, if these allegations are true, you are the adult. You are the adult. So how you could see him as anything but maybe a wayward boy who maybe you should be trying to put on the right path is beyond me. It's beyond me. My own child, he's a lot like H. You know, he's very big, he's stocky, he looks a lot older than his age. I mean, he could easily be mistaken for 17, if not 18, easily, which concerns me a lot, because I often wonder that he'll, you know, maybe start hanging out with older kids because he looks a lot older. But I will tell you this, he is a boy. He is a boy, just like I'm sure H is all boy, not man. I don't care if you're playing grown-up games with him. He is a boy, because I know that my child of that age, he acts grown all day long. Or tries to. But guess what? He's still in his room screaming at the Xbox like, you know, you would expect from a young teen boy. And he still has to get yelled at to do the dishes and pick up his dirty clothes and do his homework. He's a boy. And so is H. So if you were playing grown-up games with him, disgusting, shame on you. And the story just got a lot darker, because we just thought that Dawn was the predator, but maybe we have two predators in the home, and that makes this a lot scarier, because we have a missing child. And if she was growing up, you know, in the home of two predators, who knows where this case is going to lead to. So that's what I want to throw out there. Tell me what you think. Have you heard about it? Did you already have suspicions about it? Do you think that even though she's a female, if these allegations are true, that she needs the same justice that we would be calling on for a man? Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Have a great day.